Peace, family. This your brother, Mr. Holism, coming to you on this fine Thursday evening in New York City. Got a topic for y'all that I don't know. This one might get me in trouble. This one might make some people a little big mad. But I think it's the logical conclusion to the collective ideology of the cultural conscious community here in America. And the title of the show, well, the title of the live stream, I should say, is Black Folks in America Should Bend the Knee. Now, I think I've gone over what bending the knee means symbolically. If anybody's watched Game of Thrones, they know. So I don't think I have to get into that. Everybody should know at this point what bending the knee actually means. So according to red pill ideology, it says that if a marriage is going to work out or to work, there cannot be two leaders. They're saying that the woman needs to submit to the authority of her husband, and bending the knee would be either a literal or symbolic show of fealty and submission. In other words, by bending the knee symbolically, what that means is that you accept the authority and the leadership of that person. It could be a king, queen, lord, whatever. You just means that you're accepting their authority. You're bending the knee. You're acknowledging that they are the leader and you follow their lead. The reason for this is usually to bring the kingdom together, so to speak. So, whoever was the leader of the seven kingdoms in Game of Thrones had to have all the other kingdoms bend the knee to them so they can bring the country together, bring the kingdom together, I should say. It wasn't really a country back then. Now, why do I say Black folks in America should bend the knee? There are only really two ideologies for Black folks in America. I know that things get confusing because, with the culture conscious community and with, politics and geopolitics and whatever, people like to make things much more confusing than they actually are. But there's only really two options for Black folks in America. Option number one is the belief that Black folks should have socioeconomic and political control over a piece of territory. In the case of the BAIO, we feel that territory should be Liberia. They should build and maintain their own infrastructure. They should govern themselves and dictate policy for their own nation, independent nation. That's option number one. That's ideology number one. Ideology number two is that Black folks are incapable of running a society. The white man is superior and more capable of doing so. And the best way they can do, the best that they can do is to try to fight for equality within his socioeconomic and political context, and attempt to carve out an existence as an individual within it, absent the collective plight of Black folks. In other words, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, only worried about yourself and your own family, or, not even your family, but basically yourself. And your family, gets taken care of, by osmosis, I guess, or is incidental. But that's basically it. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Stop worrying about collective issues and trying to worry about the vast majority of Black people and just worry about yourself. Now, here's where things get a little bit controversial, and I don't understand why it is controversial. I think it's the natural conclusion. If militant integrationists, Black Power Americans, ADO/FBA, if they believe in option two, because we've been getting a lot of pushback from these people on option one. So they don't believe that we should have a nation of our own. They believe that they should stay in America and fight for equality. Basically, that's what they mean. Now, some people will try to skirt that and say, well, no, that's not true. We believe in a nation and a nation. That's called bullshit. That's called posturing. That's called intellectual masturbation. They know that that's not going to happen. It's just like the reparation argument. They know that the white man is not going to give them reparations, but by you spouting reparations for black folks, it makes you appear blacker than you actually are. When in reality and practically, that's not going to happen. So we're not even going to entertain that nonsense. Option two is your ideologies. You want to stay in America and you want to fight for equality in America, and you want to carve out your own individual existence. That's the reason why a lot of these so-called cultural conscious community dudes are Republicans. Because what is it? If you're a Republican and you're a conservative in America, what exactly are you conserving? You're conserving the status quo of America because that benefits you. If America, and it makes sense. I'm not even getting on their case. It makes sense. If you want to be an American, then you should be a Republican. Why not? You should want to maintain the status quo, and you should make a political party that's basically for the rich and for the individual. I don't understand why, if a white person is in America, why they would even be a Democrat. It makes sense for you to be a Republican because you just want to maintain the status quo. It is your country. Who gives a fuck about poor people? No. So if that's what you believe in, which is option two, then the logical conclusion should be for you to bend the knee to the white man in America and bring your country together under the authority of his leadership. If you admit, because like I've made this point before, everybody keeps talking about white supremacy. Let me tell you something. Black people are the biggest proponents of white supremacy. Black people believe in white supremacy more than white people do. Why? Because when the BAIO, Black nationalists, African-centered progressives, and people like me start talking about us having our own society, controlling our own society, having our own government, governing ourselves, dictating and controlling policy on a piece of territory that we control, people start looking at us like we're crazy. Like that's, fairy dust, unicorns. And we get pushed back and fighting, even amongst people who call themselves nationalists, Pan-Africanists, Garveyites. The most pushback we've gotten has come from these people. So they don't believe in nationhood. They can't say they believe in nationhood if you're fighting against us. What are you fighting against us for? We say we should control our own territory. We should have our complete control of our socioeconomic and political context. That's what we believe in. So if you're fighting against us, you obviously don't believe in that, and you believe in the opposite. You believe that the white man is more capable of running a society than we are. Because what is the other reason why you don't want a nation of your own? Explain that to me. If somebody's in the chat room, explain it to me. Why don't you want to have a nation of your own? Because to me, this blackety black shit makes no sense if you're not trying to get a nation of your own and control your own context. If you believe in America, if you think that the white man is the most capable person of controlling a society, then bend the fucking knee to him. What's with this blackety black, this pretentious stuff that you're doing, trying to pretend like you're super black? Why? What you should do is leave this black shit alone. Leave it alone. And embrace the fact that this white man is superior to you, and bend the knee to him, give him the authority, and bring your country together. I don't even think this is a controversial stance. So if anybody has a counter to this, I would love for you to get in the chat room and ask me some questions. Give me a reason why you should not bend the knee to the white man in America. If you have no intentions of leaving here, why shouldn't you bend the knee and accept this man's authority when you guys are walking around talking about red pill ideology where, oh, well, the man is the lead. You can't be two leaders. There can only be one. Well, there can only be one leader in America, and that's the white man. So why don't you bend the knee to him the way that you expect your woman to bend the knee to you in a marriage, in a relationship? And if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. Let me bring in my brothers.
Yo.
What's up?
What up, though?
So, am I on the right track? I mean, is this because I don't think it's that controversial, to be honest.
I don't think it's that controversial either. I mean, look, it's okay to admit. It's okay for black folks to admit if they want to be a bitch. I mean, just say it out loud and proud.
It'll make your life a lot less stressful, I think.
Yeah, put on the big T-shirt, no panties or whatever. Get ready for bed. Make sure the pillows is fluffed.
Yep, get that nice arch in your back.
Oh, all fours.
That cat, what do they call it? The cat stretch in yoga?
The cat stretch. The flamingo pose, whatever it is. I mean, it's not that controversial at all. It's plain and simple. They come up with all kinds of excuses, half-ass it, right? Like they'll say they're all about having their own, but yet again, they're like, wait a minute. I mean, not out there, but here. Like we could find some ways here. We've been trying to find ways for how long? and
I would argue that we really been trying?
That too. Honestly, if you ask me, I don't think so. I don't think that our people haven't been moving smart enough at all, or haven't thought of smart tactics to have control, of our narrative. So no, it's not that. And the fact that people are complaining about Black Panther, I mean, and not seeing the totality of it, I'm like, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of folks that's just not going anywhere with this at all. It's going in circles, really is. But
to be honest with you, I really have not paid any attention to any of that stuff, so I can't even tell you what the issues is that people have with it. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, so some of the issues, I mean, we're going to talk about this Sunday too, but
yeah,
some of the issues, I remember Jabari was mentioning it. One was with the character who was the leader of the Talakan kingdom, the underwater, and they were saying how, I guess some people were mad that they were using indigenous Latinos or Mexicans instead of white Mexicans or white Latinos. So like the white Mexicans seem to be upset at that. And then there's other streams that I never listened to, but kind of just read the title a little bit and heard some of the description where they're thinking the sister of T'Challa being the new Black Panther is like this whole woman agenda, woman empowerment thing, the whole gynocracy and shit like that. I don't see it. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me, but
I don't understand. Well, like I said, I don't want to get in too far into that because we're going to talk about that Sunday. Yeah. But one of the things I don't understand is that the world that was set up in Black Panther is the same world that was in Black Panther 2 in Wakanda Forever. So I don't understand the agenda thing. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Doesn't make any sense to me either.
But we'll talk about that Sunday. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
But in terms of this, if anybody in the chat has a problem or thinks that this is a controversial topic, let me know. You can either come on, I'll send you the link, or you could just type it in the chat and let me know how what I'm saying is totally out of line and makes no sense. I would love to hear it.
Yeah.
And also, if you look at the bottom of the stream, it says, "Don't bend the knee. Join the BAIO." And then there's a link there that shows you how you can sign up with a group that is not going to bend the knee to the white man. So at least I'm giving options. I'm not saying that everybody has to bend the knee. I'm saying that if you're in America and if you believe that this is your home, then bend the knee to your leader, the white man. Unless you're telling me that there's another leader in America that's not white.
Right, because the so-called leader, they control the resources, they control the infrastructure, and they control the government. So might as well just bend the knee and just join them. Just be American, embrace it, and clutch the sheets.
Right. Because to be honest with you, the elections are the most important thing if you are an American.
Yeah.
Who leads this country, it should be of utmost importance to you because that is your leader. When Donald Trump was in office, you should have bent the knee to Donald Trump. What are you sitting up there arguing? Oh, Trump. I can understand if you didn't vote for him. Like you have a Democratic Party and you have a Republican Party. So if the Republican, like right now, your knee should be bent to Joe Biden. Right? Isn't he the president?
Yeah, he's the president.
So you should be bending your knee. What's the problem? Why does this? You know why? I think I know why.
Uh-oh. What is it?
Because deep down inside, your spirit, that African spirit within you, is irritated at the concept of you bending the knee. You know what it's like? Remember that clip with Jimmy Uso?
Oh
no! Oh no! This cannot happen. This is not happening.
Holla, when he lost that match, his eyes was wide open because he knew what he had to do.
The announcer had me cracking up. He's like, "Oh no!
Oh
no!
Bend the knee!"
And that's what the problem is. The reason why this bothers them is that African spirit cannot rest with that.
Yeah.
Your very spirit is irritated by me saying that you need to bend the knee. That's what it is.
That African spirit is long gone.
No, it's not. It's there.
Trust me. The African spirit is in the BAIO.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but the point I'm making is, if it was completely gone, then they would have no problem with it.
It's completely gone. Listen, what it is, all that's left is like a shadow or a residue, and that's all that's there. That's like giving off like a little vibration.
I can accept that.
That's about it.
I accept that. I accept that. There's residue African spirit that's there. It's like that little piece that's left in the cocoon.
Yeah.
When the butterfly makes its transformation.
Yeah.
It's that little piece that's left there. And they just cannot. Like I said, oh no. Oh no. I swear, when I saw that, I was cracking up, man. That shit was the funniest shit I ever seen. Bend the knee.
And you know what's so funny? Like we were talking about it, and then you sent me the clip. I was like, "Yo, WWE really created this challenge. That is hilarious."
The bend the knee challenge. I'm gonna show people what we're talking about because most people don't know.
I said, "No way."
Black manosphere guys say don't vote, so they will take black men seriously. So I assume listen to their demands.
Oh gosh,
Hmm.
the black manosphere.
Maintain the status quo and bend the knee. The white man is waiting for his cockles and clams.
Oysters, clams, and cockles. Oysters, clams, and cockles. How much for your cockle?
Let me share. I'm gonna post that clip so that they know what I'm talking about in the chat room. So
Oh yeah, y'all please watch the clip. Watch it like at what 36 seconds at the beginning.
Something like that.
Yeah, I
Something
think that's
like
what you
that.
sent it to me, but yeah. Hilarious.
Watch this clip. This clip. Jimmy Uso represents black people in America. There it is.
Yo. Fries.
Uh-oh, somebody ordering food.
Appreciate it.
You getting a burger?
Oh, you heard me?
Yeah.
I thought I had my microphone on mute.
You ordering burgers? Because you're making me hungry. I'm gonna get me one.
No, I ain't getting no burgers.
We
Just
heard
fries?
the fries.
No, the fries and sandwich, chicken sandwich.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dang, I didn't know that.
All up in your business.
That's my fault, actually.
I thought there would have been a lot more pushback on this. You know, like I'm getting the sense that people agree with me. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Do people agree with me? You agree with me in the chat?
This seems like the first time, huh?
Yeah, should black people bend? Maybe this is. You know what? Maybe I set them free.
Oh.
Maybe I set them free.
You think you set them free?
Yeah. Like they've been fighting and struggling like Jimmy Uso all this time when it would just be so easy. Just bend the knee and acknowledge King Woods.
When I read the headliner at the bottom, don't bend the knee, join the beat. That's Roman Reigns coming in.
yeah, we're Roman Reigns knocking that crown off of his head.
We're Roman Reigns. We came in, Superman punch.
We Superman punched that crown off the white man's head.
And look, Jimmy Uso, he like took a breath of relief, like, oh shit.
Yeah, like, oh shit. BAIO is here. God damn. I was getting ready to bend the knee.
Roman Reigns, come in with the Superman punch.
There's no way in hell he's gonna see Jimmy Uso bend the knee to King Woods. No way in hell that's gonna happen on his watch. And that's just like us.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, when y'all see that clip, we're Roman Reigns.
And this goes for, you know, even the conscious community. Like they gotta bend the knee too if they want to do it right here.
Well, they are Americans.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Look, Common is a perfect example, right? Because didn't he admit, like, look, if we're going to, you know, integrate or whatever, like we gotta make peace with white
Common
people.
said the most logical thing that ever has been said, and I defended him when he said it because a lot of black folks don't fuck with Common now. I'm like, why? Why? Common said, I remember he said, I think he said it on the Daily Show when the other dude was there. Jon Stewart was on it.
Oh wow, okay.
Well, it might have been. It might have been Jon Stewart, or it might have been that black dude. Whatever. What's his name? What's the black dude's name on Daily Show?
On the Daily Show,
Trevor Noah. It might have been him, or it might have been whatever. But he basically said, if you're in a relationship, you can't keep bringing up what the person did in the past. And is he lying?
You know, he ain't lying.
If you're going to be in a relationship, you can't keep saying, well, you wrong, you did this, because it's going to make the relationship just hectic and chaotic.
Right.
What you need to do is forgive the person for whatever they did in the past and just move on.
And take it a step further. You can't keep bringing up what they're still doing to you right now if
Right.
you decided to remain in a relationship.
Right. You got to forgive them for the past, for the future, and for the present ass whoopings.
Yeah.
You got to forgive them while they're whooping your ass, to be honest with you. Because you're in the relationship. See, that's the thing that everybody keeps ignoring. You're in the relationship. You don't want to leave the relationship. So if you don't want to leave the relationship, accept the ass whoopings.
And we literally see examples of this, because like when that dude went up in the church in South Carolina and killed all them black people, it was like a day later where we saw footage of black people one by one coming up to the microphone talking about how they forgive him and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Obviously, listen, obviously the white man is in charge. If he's beating your ass, it must be for a reason. He knows what he's doing.
I just want to know how many cockles and clams I got to trade to get my TP.
Gotta have a smile on your face getting whipped. I still love you.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I guess all white men are high value. Yet you're damn right. In this country, they are the highest value. And if they're whooping your ass and discriminating against you, it's because it must be for a reason. Trust his authority. He knows what he's doing.
He's the light.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Stop. What you need to do is stop second guessing him and fighting with him all the time. Like the red pill says, give the leadership to the man. You cannot have two leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And in America, who's the man? I don't see much pushback. I guess I must have set people free.
It's a sobering line of thought, man.
Yeah.
Sobering line of thought.
How come nobody else is talking like this? How come nobody else is talking like this? Shouldn't this be the talking point amongst, the black talking heads?
When it's put this way, it sounds a lot more ridiculous to talk about how we should be fighting back or whatever. It just sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, would you tell a
Hey,
woman?
everybody, how y'all doing?
Hey.
Oh, the president is here.
President Yamoja
It's good to hear. It's good to hear y'all voice, man. It's good to hear y'all voice.
What's up, everybody?
I missed the hell out of you guys, man.
Man, so fucking much. Straight up, man. Straight up. But I think it's more than appropriate to have this stream. And I also think that, like, I hope it reaches the right ears, and even the ears. Because when I was thinking about it, I was like, you know what? I don't even want to talk to these people, the people who need to hear this. However, the people who need to hear this, hopefully, because I want to talk to the people who, like, really, really want to do something, right? They really want to do something, but they really think that what it is to do is to pretty much force white people to be nice, force the white man to be nice, and force the white man. I literally got into it with, I know every now and then I'll talk about the thread that I'm on with these brothers, and they just, like, quote unquote, I just call them normal brothers. They just black, and they ain't on no black power or no Pan-Africanism or anything like that. One of the brothers is really, really, really about that activism. Like, he's not an activist, but he really likes to talk about it, and he's really about the liberal politics and stuff. And we was talking, and I wasn't even talking nationhood. I was just encouraging him, like, but bro, when it comes to all that you're talking about, like, we can do it ourselves. Like, I was on some do it right here stuff to, like, stay in line with him, stay on his vibration. And he was arguing with me so bad. No, they need to say, he was literally arguing that white people first need to apologize and then give us reparations. That was, I'm not, and I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't even bring this up in conversation, right? But he seriously was arguing that they need to apologize first and give out reparations. And he didn't care about the plan about what we're going to do with the reparations. He didn't care. None of that mattered. It was just that it was really all about the emotional, the emotional high that he had behind the cruelty that Black people have been under, which is
But
okay. It is so okay to be so mad about it and want justice. But here's the tricky part, though. We have to look at reality, man. We have to look at reality, and reality is what this whole stream has been about. Even though I'm just now getting on, reality is that when you talk about the context of America, the system is set up so viciously. I'm talking about like this. This is what I'm talking about when I say how the system is set up. When you think about white supremacists, which do exist, right? Think about their recruitment. We sit up here chewing our nails trying to think of how we can get us all to come together who want this nationhood stuff.
Right.
These people literally have judges, police officers, lawyers, doctors. Do you understand? Because they already have a foothold on so much of the infrastructure in this country, from top to bottom. Therefore, they don't have to be racist. They don't have to be biased. It's fucking built in, man. It's built in that in a city like where I'm in, a police officer can pull over a little white boy and it's legit his like uncle's boyfriend's cousin or some shit like that. Where us, we get pulled over and we just another nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's just how America is built. And that's not just my city. You go to New York and there's parts in New York State that y'all don't want to go to because there's too many white folks and y'all don't trust them.
All right.
so true. You see what's on the screen?
Kwasi said, like being in an abusive relationship, sleeping in the other room, hoping your abusive partner comes and gets in the bed with you.
Anyway,
Oh
So
my
I'm
y'all
running my
can
mouth. I feel like
boom.
I'm running my mouth too much. I still got stuff to say, but I feel like I'm
No,
running
go
my
ahead, man. Rock it with it.
Yeah,
Rock
well,
with it.
that's the thing.
Lean with it, rock with it.
Emoja,
Yeah,
Is he using a
happened?
bath?
You there?
He
I'm
went
still
out.
here.
I think
I'm still here.
Yeah, go for it,
Oh,
man. Don't stop. You on the roll.
Get it.
No, it's just that it's the people who really want to talk about the Black power. It's the men. It's the men who talk about Black power and talk about how bad everybody treats us and everything. And then when it's time to do something for us, it's like they say no. They want the same people who are harming us and have been harming us for so long to then turn around and say, you know what, we're wrong and we're going to help you be more successful. We're going to help you now. Right? That just doesn't make sense. You know, logically,
Emoja.
it doesn't make sense.
Emoja.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something that might set these dudes off. I'm getting ready to say it.
Do it.
You know who the Black man in America is acting like?
Say it.
The modern woman.
no.
Uh-oh.
All right, hold on.
Isn't that the problem? Isn't that the problem that they have with the modern woman? Why the modern woman does not accept the leadership of her man? Right? I mean, these are their words, not mine. The modern woman does not accept the leadership of the man. And that's what the problem is with the Black family. That's the problem is with the community. That's the problem with everything. These are their words, right? All I'm doing is just repeating back what I've heard from them. So basically, the Black man is the modern woman in America. He will not accept the leadership of his man, the white man. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you on it.
Damn, Hollow.
Wow, I'm not getting a lot of pushback. God, this is really strange.
I mean,
I guess there's a lot of people that wanted to bend that knee.
You got to use that example, though, the modern woman.
He said they some unruly broad.
Yeah, they unruly.
Here we go.
The Black man is like a Miami chick.
Oh my gosh.
We are like only fangirls.
oh,
man.
Ooh, they don't like that. They don't like that. There's that residue, Vic. There's that residue.
The residue.
Did y'all see that clip? Did you see the clip that I put the link in the chat? Did you see the clip?
Bend the knee.
It's just too much.
Hello?
Yeah.
Did y'all see it?
Yeah.
Click on. If you haven't seen it, click on that link because you're not going to understand where we're going with it. But in that clip, Jimmy Uso is Black people in America. Xavier Woods is the white man, and Roman Reigns is the BAIO.
Right.
Jeez.
If you look at it within that context, everything will make sense. What's up, Salima?
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
I'm awesome.
I miss you.
I miss y'all so much.
No, she don't.
Yeah, man.
Everybody except for that whispering cat. I miss everybody except for that whispering cat.
I needed a good 3 good days to just chill with y'all though. You know,
Yeah.
have a few years, talk shit, go have some fun, go bowling or shoot pool. You know what I'm saying? Really kick it. It was not enough time. Not for
Yeah, that's true.
me, not at all. But I had a blast.
But I'll
What we
take
did,
it.
I had a blast.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Absolutely. 17 times, back to back.
I don't think people understand how refreshing it is just to be around like-minded people. Where I don't have to wonder what they thinking. I don't have to wonder, nothing. Like it just flowed. I don't think people understand that. Like we don't typically. I mean, let's look at what happened to this girl here that live in North Carolina. And her friends, that girl beat her to death in Mexico.
Robinson.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear about this.
I heard it was actually a dude she was fighting.
No, it was a
it
girl.
was a
It was a
girl.
girl. It's a video of it.
Oh, it was an actual.
Yeah.
Sure, it's not a Joanna man.
Nah, it was a girl.
It was a girl.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
You know what
I
I'm
didn't
saying?
hear about this. When did this happen today?
This happened last month. They went to Mexico and they said within 24 hours of them being in Mexico, the girl was dead. Everybody that was there with her, like it was her friends. It wasn't like it was random people. They came back to the States and told her family that she died of alcohol poisoning. And the medical examiner said that her neck was broken and her back was cracked or her skull was cracked. It was just
broken neck and a
it was
cracked
crazy.
spinal cord.
Yeah, her spinal cord was cracked. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, I don't think alcohol does that to you.
at all. So, but I mean, like I said, they stood there and watched video of this woman beating the hell out of this girl. I had to. I mean,
You know what?
I didn't feel in like I know the people that I'm around. They genuinely care about me. I don't foresee anything that would cause. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she's like, that was her best friend. I'm like, how y'all?
Did you see the clip that I showed you where the white girl pushed her friend off the thing? And she landed in the water and got injured?
What?
Like they're playing around. She like pushes it, like when you're on the edge getting ready to jump off, and she just pushed her.
Yeah.
And she landed in the water and hurt herself. She like cracked some ribs or whatever.
Wow.
Oh.
What's wrong with people?
I'm gonna tell you something, y'all, and this is real. People are hostile because there's no outlet. Nobody's really talking about solutions or anything. And I'm talking across the board. Like there's a lot of this is not just about, black folks. It's about just America. In America, America's in a fucked up state. And ain't nobody really talking about solutions to solve the American problems here. It's just each group is trying to get control of the masses. So there's a level of hostility that's out here that you got to really check for. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be careful.
Yeah.
I was on the phone last night, just as an example, and the dude like got angry with me and called me a faggot.
Oh.
And I said, "What did you say?" He said, "You heard me." I said, "Oh, stay right there." And then he hung up.
Crazy.
Hey, nigga, don't you know I got your whole shit
address
right in front of me? But that's how it is. People is crazy. They're hostile and they're going off and they're doing a lot of dumb shit. So I think the key to that is to just be stoic, be in control, and just realize, don't let people take you off your square, because it's only going to benefit them. If you go out here and you kill a nigga, guess who's going to have to suffer for that? You.
That's right.
So just be careful. Like, just be careful who you have that, whose energy you are surrounded by. These people is crazy. They killing their own friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they ain't killing them. They fucking them up.
Yeah.
Like, that's wild. Like 1 minute you playing basketball with another fucking, next thing you know you getting stabbed in the stomach.
No, you heard about the guy? He shot his friend. It was a girl. She beat him in basketball. He left the court, took his son and his friend home, came back and shot her, killed her because she beat him in basketball. And it was his
See what I'm
actual
saying?
friend.
Yeah,
See what
I
I'm
heard about
saying?
that too. Yeah.
This is what I'm talking
think I
about. Y'all
heard
got to
that.
be careful, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Peace, Ethel.
Got beat in basketball and decided to murder the person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ethel's in the chat. Remember her?
Hey, Ethel.
Thank you for
Yeah.
coming, Ethel. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Oh, by the way, I just finished watching The Woman King.
Oh,
Oh,
Loved it.
I thought you saw that already.
No, I just
Oh,
had,
okay.
I was so fucking busy tied up with everything else, but I just watched it. I'm in love with it.
Yeah,
Great
man.
film.
Yeah.
One thing about that, I don't know. I'm gonna bring this up anyway, but fuck it. One thing about that movie, the people fighting against it, it's like, do you see white people fighting against Rome or 300 or Spartacus or any of these other movies that they keep making? Where they base it on societies that not only enslaved themselves but enslaved other people and committed massive atrocities. They're not running from any of those movies, but you got people fighting against the Woman King, black people.
this
Well,
is the thing.
it makes sense, actually, when you think about it. That's why this stream is so important, because these are the people that I'm talking about that refuse, these Miami chicks that refuse to bend the knee to their husbands.
Miami
That's what these
chick.
guys, that's what they represent. Why are you fighting about some African flick? That's Africa. What that got to do with you?
You Native American.
Right.
Yeah.
You come from here. But this is the
Yeah.
thing. This is the thing. The reason that they don't fight about it, the Europeans, is because they know their history. And in their minds, that's just a part of their history. It's not something that they're ashamed of, because they're looking at it, that was the past, this is the future. We're in the present. We're not in that state anymore. I'm not saying that they're not just as barbaric, but it's not on that level, I guess. But that's their history. They appreciate it. They relish in that. The fact that they would just walk up to each other and crack each other in the skull with something, like it was nothing.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but didn't they throw the babies away? Like if the baby was
Yes.
was it, I don't know if the baby was a girl. It wasn't that, right?
No, if it was, the baby was like deformed,
Okay.
chucking them right over.
Yeah, they just throw the babies away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your culture. That's your culture. You didn't see anybody crying about
I
it.
mean, listen, let's think about this. In China, they still have a cap on how many kids you can have.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 now.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's still a cap on how many children you can have in China. So we're sitting here acting like the restrictions of a society, the restrictions that the government choose, is, first of all, is foreign. Like, it's strange, it's alien that these governments are saying, this is my country and this is what we're gonna do. And if an African country does it, it's like it's just evil and wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
So this is modern day, and they still have restrictions on the amount of kids you can have. So I don't get it. I don't get why we're held to this. Just
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like we're held to this standard, like we have to be perfect and lead the way by example. It's like, what the fuck? No.
We're human beings. And I know that we're human beings, and not only are we human beings, we're human beings that are scattered across the diaspora. We don't want to be here. We didn't ask to be here. We have traumas from everything that we've gone through as a people, but we're supposed to just pull up our bootstraps and go on ahead and do it.
Well, to be the white man's bitch, you can't be anything less than perfect.
Yeah, you know, that's something that
Wale Africa. Do you know who that is? The guy says Wale, I believe. Wale Africa is talking like this. Check his channel out.
I think he's talking about a guy named Omowale Africa. I've seen him from time to time on YouTube.
So he's endorsing bending the knee like I am?
I haven't seen what he's been talking about lately. Like watched his show, but I've seen the topics, the titles, and he's been like dealing with the Black manosphere issue versus like he's a Pan-Africanist basically.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Actually, I think I've seen his content.
Is he new or he's been out before, like for a while?
I think he's been around before. I've heard that name fly by once or twice, but I've never viewed anything he's.
I think it's Omowale Africa or something like that. Yeah, I've seen it because like he makes videos talking about the Black manosphere and stuff like. But that's why, like I said, this live stream is so relevant because that's the talking point. The talking point is that the woman, the problem with our community, so to speak, in our culture. Oh wait, somebody's saying something about him. Hold on. Omowale is clout chasing, and that is all. No end game in sight. Bang on the white man rhetoric. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you for that.
All we need to know.
But yeah, like their talking point is that the woman is not giving authority to the man. The woman is not submitting. That's what their issue has been, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, why don't they practice what they preach? Maybe your woman will know how to bend the knee if she see you doing it.
Hey, yo.
Wait, did I say that out loud?
You said the quiet part out loud. You said it.
Now you gotta go underhanded. Now you gotta cuff.
Oh, stop!
Listen.
Not cuffing season.
Cuff.
Check out what's on the screen. Underrated.
I think the problem is the fallacy that we have the ability to be an insurgent force to assert this corporate circle.
Yeah, we're not going to usurp anything. Bend the knee.
The fallacy.
Bend the knee. Why do you think Daenerys, the whole thing of Game of Thrones was Daenerys going throughout the Seven Kingdoms telling everybody, I'm your leader.
I'm your queen.
Yeah.
She said, I freed y'all. Now y'all have a choice. So ignore the dragon over there. Ignore the dragon that if you say you're not coming with me, it's gonna burn your ass up. But you
or bend the knee.
Or bend the knee. I mean, you got options. You got options. I mean, I'm not saying that they're the best options, but you got them.
Yeah.
The problem is the phallus.
The price is right.
Man.
Yeah, nigga, please, you work for UPS. There you go.
Right.
There it is.
I got me just thinking, even Monty Hall can have a ball of his assets on order.
Where's that from?
That is from it was just in my head.
Oh man, I know that line. I'm like, where's that from?
It's Brand Nubians.
Ronin Black's in the house. Peace, Ronin. Ronin actually got away, had a nice honeymoon with his new wife.
Yes. Congratulations. Mine's
went on a cruise, got to relax. I was happy. I was happy for Ronin, man, because he deserved it, man. He hasn't been on a vacation in years. And that's not good. If you're in New York or the tri-state area, you haven't been on vacation in years, you're technically insane. You should be institutionalized. If you haven't been out of the tri-state area for years,
Absolutely.
So now he's normal now. Now he knows what it's like to be a normal human being.
You feel refreshed, brother?
That's right.
That's slow down, brand Nubian.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. That is right. Slow down. But did y'all see that clip though? I want to make sure everybody saw that clip. The bend the knee clip.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's it right there, the nutshell. Anybody that has a problem, I'll post it again
Bend the knee.
for everybody that hasn't seen it, because that will explain
My
this
brother
whole live stream.
is
Itchy.
Whoa.
He said his first vacation since 2003.
Jeez.
Lord have mercy. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
He needed that.
I'm sure that was you had a ball.
Dang.
I ain't going. Honestly, I don't know why we can't add up the vacation days we don't use at work. That's like weird to me.
What you mean?
Like,
EA
go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, like, when you work a job, like if you have vacation time you're not using, they shouldn't be able to take that away. They should be able to let you just stack them up. But
It depends on what company you with. I know with the company I work for, I can take 80 hours with me to the next year.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and it's just vacation. Any sick or personal time I have to use up. But my vacation, I can carry it over to the next year.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when we don't own anything, so now we're subjected to assholes.
Exactly.
Now in the new nation, we can make it like European holidays. We can make it African holidays. I'll see you later in 6 months, nigga. Like
With pay.
Yeah.
EA says I need to hit holla on WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't. You need to hit me up on Signal. I don't do WhatsApp, fam.
Nobody should after what we pretty much have discovered about WhatsApp. Being ran by the CIA.
That might be a bot or something.
Luckily, we're on Signals, and they can't collect anything off of Signal because there's nothing to connect any of your personal information. All they take is your phone. On Signal, all you are is a phone number and whatever username you decide to use.
I like that.
That's the reason why we picked it.
I'm not sure about. I don't know about Telegram.
I'm not fucking with Telegram either.
Nah,
Why
Telegram
happened?
also, compromised with the NSA.
Yeah, have you been getting like I still have the app and I've been getting spammed. Like putting in groups and stuff. I'm like, so that's not secure. Telegram is not secure. Like Signal is where we need to be. And I've actually donated to Signals just so they can keep doing what they're doing.
Signal is where you don't bend the knee.
Right. We don't bend the knee in Signal. And we don't bend the knee in the BAIO. So
No,
as the link says at the bottom, join the BAIO so that way you don't have to bend your knees.
BAIO with a Superman punch. Jimmy also so what people put that knee.
I cannot.
God almighty.
There's no way in hell he's gonna watch them bend the knee.
Bend the knee. I forgot the dude's name, but I was yelling "bend the knee." But
Xavier,
I said that is how white people are talking to black people. Bend the knee.
Mm-hmm.
You see, what really happened? It was a bunch of stuff in that clip that had me cracking up. One was Kofi Kingston on the side, like looking at the knee, like getting excited. He was bending.
Yeah. Everybody was watching it. I said, man, WWE is back. I'm watching it again. Bend the knee challenge. If there's a match with a bend the knee challenge, I'm watching it. That shit is just classic. Oh man. Slowly too, like he was hesitating. He was like, oh my gosh.
Like the Vince McMahon kiss my ass.
Oh no! I remember that. That was horrible. Poor Jim Ross. I remember that. That was horrible.
Hey man, it's Vince's company.
I don't give a damn. I quit. I would never. You fuck out of here with
Vince's
that.
company. Kiss that ass.
Oh,
Oh no.
you're fine.
But if you notice, there hasn't been very much pushback on this, what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
I think I kind of freed people up. Because you was thinking it. They were thinking it, but they felt uncomfortable saying it.
Those
Because
kind of
they
arguments
felt like you're gonna take their blackness away or something.
those kind of arguments only prevail in environments where everybody around agrees. They can't stand up to scrutiny, basically. So
I am so glad that I found the BAIO. I think it's been 5 years now? Maybe 5 years. Before that, yep. Before that, yeah, it was all conscious community, but I could see it was going nowhere. When I started to realize it was a joke, when people started peddling books and fucking, what was it? Before Bitcoin, it was, I know how you can invest in this and that. And it's like, but all these dudes were like living in these like just nasty old apartments. So I said, if you know how to do all this stuff, why aren't you living it?
No,
and I started asking questions, and the deeper I dug,
Deontay.
Yep.
To co-sign what you're saying, I'm not gonna say no names, but there's a lot of big scholars inside the culture conscious community that living off their wife.
Oh, I
ain't got
know.
nothing in their name.
Damn. Damn.
They living off their wife's corporate position within America.
We gotta have power.
talking that black stuff, but in the meantime, the wife got her name on the insurance, her name on the car. She's paying the rent. She's got the deed.
Shit.
We gotta have power.
Yeah, like these dudes will show up, and I'm not trying to make fun of nobody. I've been down and out before. But they'll talk shit to people and just basically condescend to everybody. Like, hey, if you don't buy my new book on how to invest in the market, then you a fool. And you this and that. It's like, bro, you live in the fucking projects and you're preaching this shit to people. You make fun of people who work 9 to 5. Like, what the fuck do you do? Because I'm curious.
They run affinity scams.
He get y'all to buy his books and donate to him. That's his job. What you mean?
That nigga ain't signed no lease. He ain't signed no lease or no deed.
We gotta have power.
I mean, if you're living here, that's the least you can do as a man. That's the least you can do. Can you like sign the lease of the place that you live? Because nobody can kick me out of that.
No, but then the white man gonna find the secrets on investments. And when the white man find the secrets,
How many videos have we seen online with women throwing their niggas shit out in the hallway?
You saying it was
or she using his toothbrush to clean the toilet. Just any old thing they could do to people.
Damn.
Yeah. If you're a bitch, get in line. Bend the knee. That's what bending the knee is all about.
So
that was a big, like one of the big things, like Salima watches Game of Thrones, so she knows what I'm talking about. One of the big things in Game of Thrones, the bone of contention with between Daenerys and Sansa from the Winterfell, is that the North wanted to have their own, they didn't want to be a part of the Seven Kingdoms. They wanted to be independent.
Right.
So that wasn't going to be a problem because she's like, well, I'm not the leader of the 6 kingdoms.
I'm
7 kings.
The 7.
So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this dragon over there.
Bend the knee.
That's great.
That's what the conscious community leaders do. They finish giving a little speech at the podium, take off that black fish shirt, put on some polos and khakis, go back to their white wife. Yes, dear.
Goodness.
Yes, ma'am.
Yo, EA, do you do encryption communication? Because if you do, the ball is in your court, bro. Because I'm trying to get people to understand, it's not that the BAIO needs to do anything. You are the BAIO. So if you see that there's something the BAIO needs to do it. There's no hierarchy here. There's nobody has to get the approval of some lord. You do not have to bend the knee in the BAIO.
Don't bend the knee.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna need my cockles and clams before you proceed with that plan.
Oh, so don't bend the knee. Don't do it.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! you see Jay Uso standing there holding his head. Oh shit, he's gonna do it. Oh shit. This can't be happening.
Oh shit.
That's black folks. But don't worry, we're gonna come across with the Superman punch and save your ass. We're gonna knock that crown off of his head.
Be looking at Umar finally giving in. Umar, no! No!
Oh no!
Dr. Umar, no!
That's the first person that should be bending the knee. Since you the kings of consciousness, you supposed to be the first one to take the lead. What they say, the captain goes down with the ship. Don't teach your people to be on some black stuff that leads to nowhere.
What about the school? Tariq, what about the museum?
Forget about all of that shit. Let the white man control this. He's very good at it, and you guys agree because you ain't down with the BAIO. So you guys agree that this guy is the one who should be in charge. So yield to his authority.
Yield to his authority.
Respect my authority, like Hartman.
I just want to know, like, I know Tariq, the museum was just made for money, but like, what did he tell the public that he needed to make a museum for?
Oh, who cares? Fuck him.
A little while before that, he was arguing that a museum is worthless. It doesn't serve any purpose for us as a people and whatnot. Before he got the idea to get himself a museum.
This dude is the definition of charlatan. And niggas be falling for this shit. Like, how? Like, why can't I ever think of a scam to get some of these Negroes out their money and give it to us? Like, they not smart enough to control it. If you could fall for that shit.
Craziness, man.
I wish I had that concentration camp. I need to write that out because I don't have it in written form. I only have the video for it.
I'm fucking you up in a concentration camp. If you
Yeah.
try to get away, I'm gonna drop kick you in the neck in the concentration camp.
Remember I told you I had an exchange with a brother probably like 15 years ago or something, where somehow we got around to the topic of slavery, and he was arguing that the folks who ran away from the plantations were like afraid and whatnot, and not man enough, not woman enough to stay on the plantations and try to make things better.
Wait, what?
And yeah. And that's literally how a lot of these people talk today. That's their base that they're coming from.
You need to build up the plantation if you want. Oh my fucking god!
They call anybody that wants to go anywhere else to go make a life for themselves, they call them fleers. Like they referred to Harriet Tubman as a fleer.
And that's why she
wait
shot
a minute.
bunch
So
of motherfuckers.
you mean this ideology that I'm talking about was present there and then? Wow. we need to honor your ancestors and bend the knee.
And I remember when that dude was saying that crazy stuff, I was like, okay, so what you're saying is all them folks that escaped from slavery, they should have went back to slavery and try to make things better. He wouldn't answer.
See, that's that residue you was talking about. That's what that is. That's that residue.
Because it's too stupid. You can't make an argument that somebody should put themselves in a terrible situation in order to try to make that situation better. And if you wouldn't make that argument, why would you make the argument that someone should stay in a terrible situation in order to try to make things better?
Well, if I put these kittens in the oven, they should just be the best biscuits they can be. Fuck trying to get out the oven.
So it just seems to be exhausting. I think that's where I'm not getting any pushback, because it's very exhausting when you know you're a bitch and you're trying to pretend like you're a leader. It's very exhausting. It's like, just let it go. Don't you think these Miami chicks want to have this dude that's in charge that knows what he's doing? They don't want to take on this always responsibility on themselves. And the biggest problem that they have in their lives is that they don't trust the guy, that they in a relationship with. Just trust him. He has your best interest at heart. He knows what he's doing. And if he's whooping your ass, it's for a reason. It's for a reason. Obviously, he knows what he's doing.
I'm sick of this shit.
That just reminds me of how everybody now want to boycott the NBA and Nike. They've been shit for years, but they're treating Kyrie bad. Like Kyrie rich. You boycotting the NBA and Nike ain't gonna do anything.
It's that modern woman shit. Stop being a modern woman. Be more traditional.
Yeah.
Be a traditional woman and bend the knee to the white man.
Fluff up my pillows.
And that argument about, well, where we gonna go to make things better? The white man everywhere. But all men are dogs.
Right. There you go. There you go. You see the similarities, right? You see? It's the same thing. If you bend the knee, your woman will know. Show her the exact position that she should be in when she's on her knee.
Gotta
bend the knee to the white man, and then she can lead. You can lead by example, and then she'll bend the knee to you.
Yeah.
There it goes. She won't see you as a bitch. Hopefully. I mean, I can't guarantee that.
No promises.
No promises. But hopefully she won't see you as a bitch. She'll see the bigger. Just tell her, baby, you got to look at the bigger picture.
Or they'll just end up redefining bitch. That's all.
You got to look at the bigger picture, baby. I'm bending the knee, but it's for us.
Well, what is a bitch really? I mean, really.
You have so much potential.
What is a bitch?
Expand your horizons.
I mean, do we really know what a bitch is?
Expand your horizons, baby.
I'm going to take a guess that it's the person on their knee. I'm going to take a wild guess that maybe that's who the bitch is.
Isn't there room for a sliding scale of sorts when it comes to what a bitch is?
Well, it's a spectrum.
A spectrum, exactly.
It's a spectrum of bitch assness.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's all a question of where you fall on the spectrum.
What?
So you can listen. You can explain to your woman why you're on your knees. I mean, come on, it's for everybody. You're doing it for the family. That's why you're making sure that the family's taken care of in the future. And it's just you gotta that's what you gotta do. Take your dashiki off. Take that African medallion off.
Oh no!
And get you a cardigan. And some Dockers.
Oh.
Get you some knee pads.
Put up an American flag. That's another thing. What is it with this red, black, and green bullshit? Put up American colors, American flag, and show your solidarity with your country. Last time I checked, it's red, white, and blue. So why are you rocking red, black, and green? Why? And you're in America and you don't want nothing to do with Africa.
He said, "Get some knee pads."
Well, you know, because you got like morons out here with hot combs talking about, you know, the green is Irish and the black is, you know, the dirt for the
I wonder,
potatoes.
did the Native
And-
Americans have hot combs?
Well, I'm pretty sure somebody revised history.
Oh,
I don't remember them
First
having hot
black
combs.
Native American invented, you know.
I went to the Metropolitan Museum. I didn't see any Native American hot combs there.
Well, they'll say Madam C.J. Walker came out her teepee one day and needed her hair straightened.
Oh, jeez.
I remember 300. What's the guy saying 300? The King Leonidas
Yep.
was cruel. He wanted you to stand up. I only request you kneel down because I'm kind. I don't want you to stand. I want you to kneel.
The crazy part is that's one of my favorite movies. 300.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite movies.
He said, "You see all this ass around me? Fuck Leonidas. I will betray his ass on a drop of a dime."
I want one of those pits.
Yeah, and I think I know who going in first.
You know, they got a funny hairdo.
help me get rid of this hunchback.
No.
Still Learning says it's like in Braveheart. Kiss the emblem, pledge your allegiance, and the pain will stop. Yes.
Yeah.
Same as bend the knee, and there will be peace across the land for white people, which it should be. Why y'all making? See, this is the thing. Y'all making white people feel bad.
Yeah, and y'all making them uneasy. Like
Yeah.
they feel threatened in their own country.
Right.
The pain won't stop, but we can redefine pain. I mean, what is pain really?
Yeah,
Pain
what is
on
pain?
the spectrum.
Yeah, it's on the spectrum. What is pain?
Y'all ain't shit. The pain won't stop, and we can redefine pain.
Yeah, man. It's just, you know, if I just stick the tip of my foot up your ass, you know, it's light on the spectrum. But if I put it to the knee, where do you want me to break it off at?
Right.
Right. And if you go all the way to the knee and then pull it back out to the tip, now, I mean, you can establish, you know what I'm saying, some levels of pleasure with
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's progress. That's progress. If I stick it past the knee and pull it, you know, pull it out about 2 inches, that's progress.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all
Or
ain't
in the
calling my drink.
Kevin Samuel, if you don't want to bend the knee, you can get a dog and die alone.
Y'all made me spit up my drink, man. Y'all ain't shit.
Yeah, we have to redefine a lot of shit.
What is pain really?
Or because we love giving options here at the BAIO. You can join the BAIO and not bend the knee.
Because that's the thing. They know that any kind of agreement whatsoever to live with these folks is not going to equal out to them stopping what they're doing. So the pain won't stop.
No, it's just that you accept the pain.
That's all.
Because right now you're fighting the foot in your ass. and all of that bending and twisting is making shit very uncomfortable. If you just take a deep breath,
spread your cheeks a little bit.
Loosen up them abs. Loosen the abs.
Oh,
relax the sphincter.
There you go. It makes things a lot easier.
Pull out the peyote and pull out the peace pipe, and when that knee slides right up, you know, you won't even feel it.
There you go. Because we have redefined pain.
Stop.
I mean, I've been on record saying before that America is all about just turning people out.
Oh yeah.
In all kinds of ways, just turning people out.
Oh, our brother Ma'at Forever is in the chat room. That brother, me and him go back. We go back a long way. Yes, we go back a long way. Peace, bro.
What up, Shaka?
That's Shaka. Shaka is the dude, man, and he's been consistent. The thing I love about him, this brother has been consistent throughout the years. He hasn't turned. You know, he's been consistent with his messaging from day fucking one. So I will always love him and respect him. And his channel's doing really well. So make sure y'all subscribe to him. Is that Dawood? Is that big Dawood in the house?
Minister Dawood.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, snap.
Oh, I know you was past your curfew, man. What's up, dude?
So Dawood, you notice I'm not getting any pushback on this live. I thought that this would be the end of my YouTube career.
Oh yeah.
But
Nah,
apparently
they
they agree with me.
They ready for it. They ready.
no, they are very distracted with the terrible Black Panther movie and the matriarchy taking over the world through this movie.
Oh,
yeah.
God. Oh God. Are they really saying that?
100%.
Oh,
100%. That is the bullshit that they're saying.
that's how you know that these motherfuckers don't read comics, let alone contracts, and want to sue fucking companies because they too stupid to understand what the fucking contract says. Fucking
Yep. Yep. Like here you have a major character die on the show, and so now they're trying to make it out to be like it's an agenda, and the man died.
What?
Like how's that an agenda?
Brother,
Everything
Big
is an
brother.
agenda for them.
Big brother,
Yes.
the Black Panther died in the comic books as well. Shuri became the Black Panther in the comic books as well.
Indeed.
I'm not sure, and this is the thing. They think it's a movie, and like that Marvel just came up with this concept. It's because they don't know the background and the backstory to it, so they think he was gonna die anyway. I mean, I'm
Right.
so sad that Chadwick is gone. I mean, that brother has so much more to do, but as far as as the movie goes, he was supposed to die.
Right.
You know what was supposed to happen? Like before he passed, the story was going to be Neymar was still going to be in the movie, but the whole thing was that it was a war that was manipulated by Dr. Doom.
Oh, word?
That's what it was supposed to be.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, they was gonna bring Doom back.
Yeah, Doom was going to be introduced in it.
Yeah,
but then his death kind of like they had to like redo everything.
Wow. That would have been great, bro. But what they did and how they did it to me was so freaking dope.
It was,
and I just, yes, it was. It was. I just couldn't believe. Like my eyes were overloaded the whole time I was watching this because if you think about it, and I kind of, I don't be trying to get too deep on my Facebook page, but if you remember the post I put up where I talked about how the Namor character resonates with my dad, but people just took the comic part of it. It's really the racist part of it. Because if you remember in the movie, the Namor character, when he comes back to Mexico, he sees people being enslaved. You know what I'm saying? It's the same kind of thing for me where my father, went to the Navy, went through all of the stuff, the racist bullshit that they had in order to become a Navy diver and be on a submarine for 4 years. But he always says that when he came back to America, he couldn't even go through the front door to get an American hamburger.
Yeah.
So every time that I see a coon like Herschel Walker or even Herman Cain, the late Herman Cain, or whatever, talk about how we're making this racism shit up, I'm like, who you think you talking to, bro? Like we got, not all of us are not disconnected from our family. We have ancestors that can tell us what happened, and you can't say there was no such thing.
Yep. We're going to talk about the Black Panther movie on Sunday. We're going to do a deep dive.
Word.
And get into it.
I'm going to expose this agenda.
Like Ronan said in the comic Doom War, Dr. Doom invaded Wakanda and T'Challa was severely injured, and Shuri took up the mantle to combat Doom.
Yeah, it makes me want to get that now and read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh
yeah, I really was like when I found my cousin told me that Chadwick had passed. I was like, "What?"
Word, me too.
I didn't
like
even
that. I couldn't even accept that. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Me too.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was sick until he passed.
Yeah.
So how stupid do you have to be to think that Marvel has an agenda? You think they wanted Chadwick Boseman not to be Black Panther? Like that was their ideal situation. They didn't want him to be Black Panther so they can make sure he Black Panther. Really?
Or everything these idiots don't understand turns into a revelation.
Yo, if that wasn't perfect, I don't know. Maybe we should end the show on that. That was perfect. Everything these idiots don't understand becomes a revelation. That is perfect. Damn, that's perfect.
And it's also very disrespectful. And I pointed this out, like I put a post out a while ago. It's just highly disrespectful to the cast and the people that actually knew him. Because I would gather that they loved him more than you do.
What? Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I think that they're feeling his loss more than somebody who don't even fucking know him.
Yeah.
And so each person in there tried to make, and I've heard it in the interviews, they said that they was looking at their performance as a tribute to him. They wanted to do honor to him.
Mm-hmm.
These are his friends. And then you're going to come up with some stupid shit like that to just dismiss, like Ryan Coogler, who's, in my opinion, is my favorite director right now.
Without a doubt.
It's nothing that he does. If Ryan Coogler's name is on it, I'm going to go and see it.
Yep, me too.
Because he's batting 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So he's disrespecting his friend? Really? Who the fuck is you, dude? Who are you? Who are the people making these statements?
I'm going to tell you exactly. I'll tell you who they are. They're a bunch of idiot numbnuts that have a phone and they can get on the internet. That's it. Nothing they say makes sense. They don't do any research, and they're going completely and totally off of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
That's who they are.
Mm-hmm. I so cannot wait for this Sierra Leone trip to get away from these people. I think.
Is there a deadline for deposit on that?
Yeah, I believe it was April 15th.
Make sure you put that out.
I did.
No,
I did. I put everything out.
And where does it go to? Like, who do we give the money to?
That deposit is gonna go to he's agent. What's his name? I forget his name already. I'm sorry, but the guy in Liberia said he's gonna hook us up, but he's still on his trip. So when I do get in contact with him, it's kind of off and on because it's like 4, 3. It'd be like for our time, it'd be like 3, 4 in the morning when he's on. I do at times wake up and catch him.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta wait till he gets back stateside. When he does that, I'm gonna hit him up for real. So we can finish out ironing out the last little bit of the details. I don't know when he's coming back for certain, but he said he should be back soon.
Okay.
So yeah, that's been done. Everything else is ready to go. It was just that I gotta wait till he gets stateside so I can really have a conversation with him, so I can map the last teeny bit out.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Hey, Dawood, are you going to be able to make it?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Okay.
But that's a question you've been asking me in my inbox for a long time. So,
yeah, I try to make sure you kept up on everything. I try. I'm not perfect with that job, but I do my best.
No, and I appreciate that. But like I said, I don't know. It's going to be something that I'll let you know around that time because it all depends on what my situation is. It's not the situation of whether I want to go or not. It depends on what my situation is.
I feel you there.
So, do I want to go? Hell yeah. If that was the question, hell yeah. But will I be able to go? That remains to be seen. But we'll iron it out one way or the other.
We got to get the wood on the continent for real.
Yeah, I'll start a GoFundMe.
Oh my God, this nigga here.
Yeah, man, it worked for me and you both. I mean, they've been telling us to go back to Africa for years. It's like, great, now you're gonna buy me a ticket.
You're underrated.
Yo,
you see what Ronan put on the screen?
Man, if them dudes had their way with that movie, they would have made Wakanda a British protectorate, exiled the king to the Seychelles.
Oh no!
I must say this. I never thought when I was younger and in the movement I never thought that I would get to a modern time where they would actually have a movie about black people having their own nation and have so many fucking black people against that.
Yep.
I never in a million years, when I used to sit there and listen to the 600,000 conscious community shows they had on Blog Talk, the whole YouTube generation when Sarnetta was doing stuff, I never in a million years, even when I was younger in the nation, I never thought that we would finally get movies. We got 2 movies now. Well, actually, if you count Shang-Chi, 3. But we got really 3 movies where somebody has their own nation that is black. And all we have had is niggas talking against it and saying it's not this and it's not that. And I don't know. I take the line when it comes to Black Panther movies, although I enjoy it. I enjoy Ryan Coogler's research, how deep he goes into stuff, how much culture he gets out of it, and the little things that he does. I appreciate all that shit. And that's why I agree with you. He's my favorite director, hands down. Because I just don't think anybody goes as deep as he does to get, that's one of the things that I learned getting into my 50s is when I watch movies or I read books, I am impressed with the writers that go in depth and try to get little things and have little place. So either way, for me, I never in a million years thought that I would see, we got 3 movies with black, Shang-Chi is not, they're not black people, but they're darker people with their own nation. You know what I'm saying? And all that I'm hearing about is how it's this and it's that. And to me, it's like nobody's really focused on the fact that it's a nation. And to me, it gives a nice little blueprint because and I peeped this when I was watching the movie. If you look at the fact that you have General Wakanda, and then you have that area where the mountain people live at, I'm not sure what it's called again, Jabari land, right?
Right.
So here's the thing. We have in our own nation, this shows you brothers and sisters who are out there saying, are we all going to think alike? Wakanda should show you that that's not true. Because you have a Jabari land, then you have, and I don't know what the other parts of Wakanda are named, but the point is there are people with a different way of thinking that live, and they all live under the same umbrella. Because the Jabari are anti-technology, from what I know. And so they have that thought. And to me, I mean, I don't want to spoil it because we're going to be talking about this on Sunday, but nevertheless, I just can't understand how, number one, I never thought I would ever see black people against a movie about having your own nation. Number 2, I never thought, like you said earlier, bro, I never thought I would see black people by and large embracing being Republicans. That shit is crazy to me.
But it makes perfect sense. Why? Like the reason why they are, it makes absolute perfect sense. Because the conscious community it's sort of like similar. You remember when Black Lives Matter had a 90% approval rating?
Yep.
That's the conscious community. And what did they do with that 90% approval rating? Run it into the fucking ground.
Yep.
With their incompetence.
Yep.
They had the hearts and minds of the people, and they did nothing with it. We remember the Million Man March was a culmination. To be honest with you, if you had to point to a point in time where the conscious community downfall was, it was after the Million Man March.
Right. I agree.
Because
I definitely agree.
Like you said, and I remember you saying this, if Farrakhan had said, rush the Capitol, what would have happened?
Oh, it would have been the January 7th, 1995.
Right. That's how unified the people were.
Yep.
And what came out of that? Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
No fun came out of it because I've been shouting from the mountaintops about an African American fund. Should be the very first thing that these black talking heads are talking about. Nope. What did they start to? What did the Black Lives Matter do? They took all of that good faith and all that good energy, and they started talking about statues, Golden Girls episodes, old Playboy articles, every fucking thing in the world except about what they were supposed to be talking about.
Right.
And the same thing with the conscious community.
The Million Man March was successful. You know why? Because the FBI said that crime statistics went down after that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
For like a week.
Yeah. Wow. What a success.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
What a success.
Which, by the way, is not true anyway. Period. Right. No statistic, no crime never went down. It's like, After the Million Man March, the Crips and Bloods came to New York. What y'all talking about?
You know what, Minister? The reason why they don't want to admit that it was a failure.
Right.
That's what it is. It hurts too much to admit that it was a failure. But see, as a truth teller, which I consider myself, I accept truth in all the forms that it comes in. If it hurts, or if it feels good, or if it don't feel good, you got to be willing to accept truth.
Right. I agree.
And the truth is that really signaled the end of the conscious community.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the culmination of all of those lectures, the culmination of all of that talking. And you managed to get 1 million Black people in one spot. That will never happen again.
Yep.
That is never going to happen again in America.
Not at
it's
all.
It's not going to happen. Because now everybody is completely jaded.
Yeah.
And I don't remember seeing a single white person that day. I don't think.
I don't remember seeing any.
Nah, bro, they knew to stay the hell away from that. Because I'm thinking hard, because I remember that day like it was yesterday, and I do not remember seeing, because now you can get probably 1 million people someplace, but it's damn sure not going to be the majority white people. I mean, Black people. It's going to be white people. It's going to be people from the alphabet community. It'll just be. And if you remember in the autobiography of Malcolm X, one of the things he was talking about was if you wait too long to have a march, it's going to turn into a parade.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, technically, every protest in America is a parade, because whenever you got to go and get a permit from the state or the city or whatever, that's a freaking parade.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The last real protest was in the 60s when they was water hosing and throwing people in jail.
Right. Right.
Those are real protests.
Yep.
Everything since then has just been a show. Like all of these people coordinate with the cops and they show you which way you can go. I remember like going to a protest in the city against City Hall, and they made everybody protest a block away from City Hall. And the person who was leading the protest would say, "Turn around and tell them what you think." And then everybody turned around and look at the building a block away and then start shouting at it.
Oh, fuck.
I'm like, what? This is a fucking circus, man.
Yeah, right to assembly. Restrictions may apply.
That shit is so, yo.
Now put your left foot out.
Let's talk to the building. What the fuck?
Like I said, we need to. I haven't forgotten about that idea, Salima, of the protester sneaker.
Oh no, we didn't forget about that. That's definitely here.
Because that's a money maker right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a money maker. We decided that we're going to design a sneaker specifically for protesting.
The Obama ones.
Yeah, they're going to be waterproof.
I have a challenge for the panel. This is a kind of sensitive subject, though.
Okay.
In the context of nationhood, how do you view this recent tragic situation with that young sister that went on a vacation with her friends and they beat her to death? In the context
we were
of
talking about that earlier, actually.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
No, we can still get into it.
So in the context of nationhood, what is your view on that? Like, how could something like that be? Because it is tragic, and we can say. I mean, I would probably lead off and say that if we had a place Black people wanted to go, and they didn't have to go to all these other countries, but at the same time, you go anywhere you go with people that hate you, you got a chance of that happening. So I'm looking to see what y'all thoughts are.
Well, to be honest, you really can't prevent somebody turning on somebody like that in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Right.
I would have to say that's the best way to prevent something like that is not being alone with somebody, or maybe having somebody else with you that you can actually count on, making sure your electronic devices are charged up and that you're somewhere where you can receive a signal if an emergency happens. You can only take so many precautions.
Right.
I do know that I feel like the people responsible for that should be put under the fucking jail. Like they should never see the light of day ever again.
Shit, if that was my child, they should die.
No, well.
See, I was gonna say this is why I'm gonna be the securities person. This video of her brutally beating this young girl,
mm-hmm.
and We're gonna watch that video, and everything you did to her, we're gonna do to you
Right.
publicly.
Right.
So the
Right.
next time somebody want to act a fool and murder somebody,
What is that?
lie about it, and I mean that's the deterrent.
Right.
That's the deterrent right there. Because
Mhm.
this happened in Mexico. I was watching a lawyer that was talking about it, and Mexico is not going to come over here and get these people.
Right.
The first thing that they did was got on the plane and went back home. That's the first. They murdered this girl, left her in that room, and or that Airbnb or wherever they were, and they were home.
Remember that happened? What was that? What was that case back in the days with the Jewish guy who killed the black kid and then he went to Israel?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what else to add on to this? And I'm sorry to interrupt you. Somebody told me that when that Joey Farmer dude killed Yusef Hawkins, that John Gotti paid for him to go back to Italy.
Absolutely.
That doesn't surprise me.
Absolutely. But this is the thing. This is the thing. We got to make sure that when we have our nation, that nobody wants to commit these types of crimes.
Right. Right.
Yeah, we're going to produce a better citizen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the only real solution.
A responsible citizen. We're gonna make sure our citizens have compassion for each other.
Right.
Because we're gonna have to do everything completely different when it comes to the dealing of our citizens, good or bad.
Yep.
I was never
we're gonna have to make examples.
I've researched. I'm not really into capital punishment because I've always felt like it seems like poor people are the victims of capital punishment. It's never the people like politicians and corporate CEOs should be on the first ones on the chopping block when it comes to that.
Yeah, I'm into
But
torture.
if capital punishment was a thing, I think the most humane form of capital punishment has always, to me, was the guillotine.
Right, because it's over in a second.
Yeah, that was the most humane.
But are we being human? Let's think about this current situation. Let's think about this current situation. Does she deserve mercy?
No.
That's not mercy to me.
No.
No. I don't. No. I want you to know what's happening to you. I want you to feel it. I want you to be afraid, just like that girl was.
Yep.
This girl was butt naked, and she wasn't hitting her back. And the people recording it was like, "Why you not hitting her back?"
Right.
They didn't help her. They didn't do anything. They are complicit. They are just as guilty for murder as the one who actually was beating her ass.
Well, let me
every last one of them need to be beat just like she was beat.
Yep. Let me interject. You might not agree with this, but let me interject this just to show another perspective. What do you do with a rabid dog?
You put it down.
Put it down. Yep.
I look at those people as rabid dogs. I'm not, because you're never going to get like this whole thing of making them feel. They're never going to feel what the victim felt. They're just not. So my thing is, do I want to sit up there wasting my time trying to make a point, or get them the fuck out of here? Eliminate them from the gene pool.
How about a middle ground? Instead of facing down in the guillotine, they got to face up looking at the blade.
Hey, that's a good compromise. That's a good compromise.
Wait a minute.
I'll take that. But the bottom line is we gotta do, because we gotta show that we are not barbarians.
Well, there's nothing we could do in that situation to be barbarians.
Yeah, what about
because they deserve anything that happens to them.
Right.
No,
but I'm thinking about what it does to us.
But I think that
wouldn't do nothing to me.
I think that what you was talking about earlier is valid, which is produce a better citizen. Now, me and Salima, we came up in the order where we had certain rules that you just knew you followed, which was if you fight one of us, you got to fight all of us.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? If you like, women are basically made sure they're secured home. You know what I'm saying? Like if they ride a bus, a brother has to ride with All of these kind of things I think that we'll try to work into and duplicate, because those were not bad practices. Those were great practices.
Mhm.
I knew that if I wanted to pick my hands up to another brother, I had to fight the whole brotherhood. And if you think about that, in our nation, if you choose to go someplace else and you practice that, it's already on your mind that when you come back here, you're gonna get your ass whipped by everybody in my crew. Because if you fight one of us, you fight all of us. And I think that what's beautiful about what we said earlier is that the first thing that happened as soon as they finished doing what they did, they got on a plane, came back to America. Why? Because they knew that here you're judged as an individual and you will have to face something in the court of law. In our nation, yeah, you're still going to face something in court of law, but it's going to be different because having found that you did that, you're not an individual no more. You violated the whole fucking family. And so you should get stomped out by the whole family. And when you got that kind of fear in your mind, it's not easy for you to go to Mexico and choke somebody out or do some crazy shit like that. Because you know you're going to have to face the whole nation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But you've heard me give that analogy before about the pool full of shit, right?
Oh,
Yep.
And it's like that's what I look at it as. It's like you can either, if you got a pool full of shit, you can literally take little pieces of toilet paper and throw it in the shit. And you'll be busy and you'll be doing a lot, but you're not accomplishing anything.
Right.
You have to go to find out where the shit is coming from and stop it.
Yep.
So it's like you said, that's where the producing a better citizen comes from. We can sit up here and try to address every little problem in America, which is like throwing little sheets of toilet paper on a pool full of shit, or we can develop our own system and produce better people. Produce people that don't feel like they have to rep some hood that don't even fucking belong to them.
Right.
but we don't know what those people's motivation is, though.
It's my city.
All that I can make out of it is that they had some malice in them over this girl, because they still were hanging around and pretending to be her friend, even though they had these feelings of wanting to do her, grievous harm.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're not, listen. I know this is like a tongue-in-cheek type of live stream, but the reality is this, man. Even if you bend the knee to these people, what do you think is going to be? What do you think your life is going to be like?
Mm-hmm.
It'll definitely be easier than it is now for you, because then you'll get rid of all these, black pseudo pretentious bullshit and fall in line. But even when you fall in line, do you think the life of the cupbearer is going to be good? Oh. Like, why would you even want that?
Especially if you have now bent the knee, so you didn't have a backbone before. So now they're going to treat you even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Now they know you've accepted it.
Yeah.
So it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better by bending the knee.
And they're
Right.
going to add more responsibilities. You're not going to only bend the knee. You might even have to bend the cheeks. Just saying.
Yeah, because once you bend the knee, but you're pretty much saying, all right, it's you. You're the man. You're the man.
To give a Scorpio answer to that, once you bend the knee, we want to see what else you could do.
There you go.
Well, in the
Hell
movies,
yeah.
in the movies, when you're trying to prove yourself again to a group or whatever, they usually make you do something like kill your best friend or something like that. So if you come back and bend the knee, they're gonna have some new positions and stuff for you, and some new stuff to try out.
Yeah. But and this is very important. If you acknowledge that this man is more capable of running society than you are, if you don't want to be in control of your socioeconomic and political context, then that's the only real option for you.
Yep.
Or you can follow the scrolling thing on the bottom of this screen and join the BAIO.
Mm-hmm.
We all have options. We have options.
Absolutely. And
Oh,
we must remember all of our choices have consequences, whether good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no crying. Once you make a choice and those consequences start falling on your head, you deal with them.
Right.
yeah, there's a reference on the stream that I know the Woo will understand.
Let me see. I'm gonna treat you like. Oh, word. Yep.
Respect your jaw. That's what the white man is saying. Respect your jaw, son.
Respect your jaw.
Oh man.
But I think we've made the point. I think the point has been made. If you're going to be in America and you want, because most of these groups, if not all of them, believe that the white man is more capable of running a society.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they didn't, they'd be down with us.
Right.
So since you believe that, bend the knee. Oh no! Oh no! Bend the knee. And I haven't gotten any pushback, so I'm assuming that I probably set them free. I probably said, "Oh, wait, we were thinking it, but you said it." But anyway, let's see. What do other ethnic groups besides African Americans in the U.S., example, Asians as an example, think about bending a knee? Or is that not part of their thinking because they are positioned differently? You got it, buddy.
Exactly. There it
Exactly.
is.
They got countries, boy. They
Yeah.
got nations. They
That's
got
They don't have,
foreign
they don't
language to
have
them.
to deal with this.
That's foreign language. Bend the who?
Like,
The
what?
they'll bend the knee when they taking out a katana blade and they gonna slice your ass in half. They ain't fucking with you.
Yeah, their position is different. Why? Because they have a home state. They have a base of operations that they operate from. They're not at the mercy of America, which is what black folks apparently want to be. But the black folks are like a rebellious teenager in their parents' house.
Oh no.
They don't have no power. They're not bringing nothing to the table. They're being taken care of, and they have no. They're ungrateful.
They just going around stomping their feet.
Yeah. You know why teenagers drink up all your milk? Because they ain't buying it. They don't have to pay for that shit. So why should they'll drink the whole fucking gallon that day.
Yeah.
That's black folks. Because they are literally being taken care of by white people in America. Literally. White people provide the infrastructure. White people provide all of the power bases are controlled by white people. You have running water, you got electricity, you're living a first world reality here in America. Even in the projects, they got PlayStations and Xboxes and smartphones and expensive cars. You go to the projects, you'll see Mercedes and BMWs.
Yep. You're seeing more in the project than anywhere else.
So you're living it up under the rule and the authority of white people, and you're comfortable with it. So just bend the knee.
Ungrateful.
Stop being ungrateful. Stop giving this white man a hard time.
Did you just say
Stop being a modern woman. Stop being a Miami chick. Respect the authority of your man, which is the white man. And like you said, you're gonna once you bend the knee, you're gonna have to do other stuff, but you should feel comfortable with that because you don't want the alternative. The alternative is to have your own shit. But you don't want that. So who cares what happens after you bend the knee? Does it really matter?
Nope.
Just stop tightening up those abdomen muscles. That's all.
First comes the knee, then comes the butt stuff.
There you go.
Just have the lube ready.
There you go. And you should be good with it. You should be good with it.
Have that lube ready. That Victoria's Secret.
There's no lube. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they
What are
going in
you
that
talking
thing
about?
rough and raw, man. That's how they want it.
Lube?
Well, they need to say cut the lube instead of saying cut the check. Cause
What?
you get that first before you get the fucking money.
Ah, man, be ready for all that friction.
Saliva.
Hashtag free the Astroglide.
Free the Astro Glide.
Shall be friction. There shall be heat.
Ronan says, become Sam Wilson, get your Captain America uniform and shield. There you go.
That's right.
Y'all should be flying the red, white, and blue, not the red, black, and green. Stop half-stepping. Stop fronting. You don't believe in Africa. You don't believe in empowerment. You don't believe in nationhood. What you guys believe in white supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
The mandatory ADOS and FBA costume for Halloween should be in a Captain American outfit.
Yes,
You can't dress up as any fucking thing else.
exactly.
Gotta prepare for all that friction.
Yeah, prepare.
saying.
Loosen up them ab muscles. And prepare for the slide in.
It's not going to be a slide. It's not going to be a slide. It's not going to be a slide.
Oh my
Slide indicates that this is going to be easy.
Yo,
No.
it's tripping.
It's not gonna be easy.
not.
It's gonna be a little rough. But
What is
hey,
it? A drive-through? What is it?
Yeah.
Sounds. It's going to be a desert. It's going
Yeah.
to be rough terrain. And you deserve it. So
you deserve it. That's what you want. That's what you want. Because you don't want the alternative. If you don't want the alternative, it's like when you open up that cage for the gorilla and you give them the option of freedom and they stay in the cage because they're scared. They're familiar with the cage. The cage is comfortable. Freedom is terrifying.
Oh shit.
And there it is. Anybody else got any final words?
How you expect me to get these bananas on my own, nigga? Lock the cage.
Oh, I love this dude, man. I really do.
Oh my God.
Really, really. I'm so glad you're with us. Oh man.
But if
Well,
there's
sum
no
it up, bro.
further points,
I want to
we
say
can wrap
something.
this up. Okay, go ahead, sis.
I want to say something, and and only because I'm probably still on my high from last weekend, but I need my sisters to listen to me and listen to me good. I felt so protected. I knew, I mean, and especially listening to this or watching all the stuff that happened to this poor sister, I felt so protected. I rode with my brothers in multiple different vehicles. I didn't feel like anything was going to ever happen to me. Those are the type of people that you need to be around. You need to be around people that you know nothing's going to ever happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I need, and I know it's a lot of people, a lot of sisters that don't have those people in their life, but they are out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's about choice, making the right choice to be around the right people.
Yep.
That's what it's about.
Yep. And she should feel that way. You should
That's
always
right.
feel that way around us because you know how we'll get down.
That's right. It was the feeling was just, I don't know. I don't even know how to express it. Me and Hop always talk about the time I don't even remember what we were doing. We just was hanging out one day and I was on the wrong side of the street. And we're talking in stride. Hollop just pushes me over to the right side of the street where I'm supposed to be, away from the curb. And we just kept walking. There was no conversation about it.
Right.
That is where we need, if we're not around people like that as sisters, we got to rethink the people that we are around.
Mm-hmm.
We got to rethink what situations we're putting ourselves in, and it's really, really crazy the things that are happening. and the things that could happen.
Right.
So let's be mindful, and sure, everybody want to have fun, but you can't have fun with everybody. And it's just
And you
that
can also
simple.
feel comfortable having fun. You can have a lot of fun when you're comfortable.
Exactly.
When you know that you're in a safe space and you know that nobody's going to do any harm to you, then you can loosen up and have some fun.
Yep.
That's why I said I miss you guys, man. When we were there, when we were sitting at the restaurant, I felt so good to
I
have
was
all
going
of
to say
y'all there.
we shut that restaurant down. It
Yep.
was, and they just let us. We was just in there talking. We moved around, and it was just a peaceful environment. It was just. I need us to do that more often, because I came home and I'm telling you, that was what made me. That's what the stuff that makes me high. Like, I'm good for a little bit, not that long, but for a little bit,
Yeah.
because it was. I got to see some just people that I really, really care about, with the exception of one person. But we're not gonna talk about.
What the
I'll make
hell?
it up. I'll make it up.
No, Deontay, I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't talking about
Talking
you.
about
No,
me.
I heard that.
I was talking about
Sorry.
that other. He know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, guys, my phone is dying. I gotta hit y'all up later.
Ain't this some
Yeah, we're getting ready to get off anyway. But I want to
Yeah.
address Baruti's point
Oh, sure,
before we
sure.
get off. He says, given the outline you described in African Americans bending the knee, paint a picture of the African American community and its paradigm as different from now. I would like your thoughts and panelists.
That's what
Oh,
we've been
I can
talking
answer
about.
that. I can answer that.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen Game of Thrones? In Game of Thrones, you have the people in power, and then you have the people that surround the people in power, the cupbearers, the oysters, clams, and cockles,
The
the
peasants.
the peasants, the prostitutes. That's black folks.
Mhm.
What, in other words, we will learn what our true position is in relationship to our masters.
Mhm.
So that's what the picture would look like. And so, if you're going to be a cupbearer with pride. Don't be a mad. Nobody wants a mad cupbearer. Like, I want my wine. I want a pleasant person serving me my wine. That's what you should be to the white man. So, in other words, the picture that I'm painting is a picture where black folks know their place in America and act accordingly.
Mhm.
Know your role and shut your mouth.
And
There you
deal
go.
with it. You know what? I got it. I got it. So remember when the prince raped the chambermaid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So he raped this little girl. Okay. And somebody found out about it. And the first thing that they did was bring her to the queen. Okay.
Mhm.
The queen asked her what happened. She pretended that she was concerned for her. She gave her a false pretense of just, you really care about me. And she said to her, you better not tell nobody. You better shut up. Don't tell nobody. You take this money, and before you leave, you drink this tea. So you don't have no little prints in your belly. She let her know exactly where she stood,
Mhm.
and she told her to shut the hell up.
Mm.
While she was hugging her, mind you.
Know
Okay?
your role and shut
She
your
told her
mouth.
she blamed her. She blamed her for it and told her to shut up. And what did that girl? She respected that queen. She
Yeah, she gave her
respected her
money too, right?
position.
She gave
She
her some
did. Yes, she
coins.
gave her
Yeah.
coins. She gave her some coins. She respected her as the queen. She respected the fact that this is what my queen told me to do, and this is what I'm gonna do. No, it doesn't matter that her son just violated me.
Mhm. Yeah. So
And
that's what
she
the
didn't
picture
stomp
looks
her
like,
feet.
Baruti.
She didn't stomp her feet about it. She just dealt with it because
Right.
that was the position that she was in, and she knew her place.
There you go. So there it is. That's the answer to the question. Black folks, if you're going to be in America under the rule of the people that you believe are superior to you, then bend the knee and know your place. And I'm not getting a lot of pushback, so I'm assuming that I'm right. And on that note, I love all of you. I wish we can do this again. If we want to meet if we had to meet somewhere else besides Atlanta, where would it be?
New York.
Ugh.
That's dead mall territory.
Nah. Let me add that. No New York. Without meeting in New York, where could we meet besides Atlanta?
I would say DC, but it's off the chain out here too. So
y'all can come to Charlotte. It's a lot to do here in Charlotte.
Charlotte wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't mind going there.
I'm telling you, a lot to do.
Yeah, let's work it out.
Yeah, and we could. I mean, if not, I mean, it would be fun. We could everything that you could think of that you might want to do. I say within 30 to 40 minutes, you could do it. If it's warm, we could go to the lake. We could rent a boat. If it's, it depends on what we want to do. It's all here. So that would be fun.
Cool. Well, let's make it a thing. Let's do it.
All right.
I'll start.
But anyway, y'all.
Have a good
love
night,
you
y'all.
all.
100,000
Love
honey
you.
clips.
Peace and blessings.
See y'all
Peace, people.
Sunday.
Peace.